there is one aspect of ambition we would like to look into, the dark side of ambition, the charted territory of ambition without conscience, which is an unguided ambition. Hello, welcome to the Thrive Conversation. You just stepped into a hub of thriving conversations carved out for transformative dialogues. This isn't just a dialogue, this is a journey that dares us to rise, to reflect, and to realign. Today, we'll be munching on one thematic subject, one that concerns you, one that relates to you, and I believe describes you. It is a word that carries weight, stirs passion, and often describes the trajectory of our lives. Before we dive into this subject, we would like to describe what it is. The Oxford Language Dictionary describes ambition as a strong desire to do something, the determination to achieve something. Others also describe ambition as the earnest desire to achieve some form of distinction or excellence or power, wealth, fame, and the determination to attain it. We can also say ambition also leads to some form of resourcefulness, that you find other means of achieving something instead of quitting. With all these definitions and description we have given, we can say ambition is a very positive motivator for success, and in fact, it drives success in some areas. However, there is one aspect of ambition we would like to look into, the dark side of ambition, the charted territory of ambition without conscience, which is an unguided ambition. As humans, we have this natural desire in us to be more than we are. This wiring in us, it is natural to obtain something, to stretch, to get to new heights. And there is nothing wrong with having this desire in us. In fact, the world at large is the output of ambitious people. And so if you're somebody watching or listening on this conversation and you do not have this desire in you to be more than you are or to achieve something, you probably may be complacent or hopeless or discouraged about something, and it's not a good place to be. So I want you to follow keenly, like, subscribe, and let's get along on this conversation. So as I mentioned, the world at large is the output of ambitious people, from innovations that reshape industries to movements that shift cultures and discoveries that redefine possibilities. All these breakthroughs exist because somebody dared to challenge, somebody dared to create, somebody arrives to do something. In today's youth, we find these manifesting in us in various ways. Our ambition to be financially independent, our ambition to travel around the world, our ambition to go to a particular school, our ambition to obtain certain things, climb certain platforms. All these things manifest in us. And there is nothing wrong with all of these desires in our hearts. The dangerous part of this ambitious desires is when our ambition is unguarded. What happens when your ambition loses its moral compass? When you are willing to achieve what you want to achieve, regardless of the cost and consequences. It is something you really need to pay attention to and look at. And so ambition can lead us to find unconventional means of achieving or obtaining certain things, and we find it happening all around us and in our daily activities. It manifests in systems, in places, in our character. When your ambition overwhelms you, when your ambition outruns your character, your judgment, your discernment, it can be a very dangerous place to be. And so what is the best thing to do? How can your desires, how can your ambitions, because we can, as humans, we can never stop dreaming, we can never stop desiring, but how do you put your ambitions under scrutiny so that the consequence of your ambition will not cost the people around you, will not cost you your purpose? And if you are listening to me and you are new to the concept of purpose, it is something we'll look at in another aspect in this conversation as you follow along and move along with us. And so you have an ambition to do something, to obtain something. Maybe you're in an organization and you have an ambition to get to a certain level. It should not lead you to slander people just to get to that level. The cost is deadly and you may not be able to bear it. What if your ambition to be famous means you've been called to impact, to be a voice rather than contributing to the noise? What if your ambition to sing means you've been wide, or you've been graced with a prophetic grace to sing, to shift atmospheres, to bring healing rather than signing up explorative labels that dilute your message? What if your ambition to obtain some money, when you map the roots of that ambition, mean you've been called to fund visions, to uplift communities? All these things are desires that come up in our hearts, but if you are not able to map these desires, our ambitious approach towards a thing will ruin us. A lot of things have happened to people, to communities, to destinies, because people had ambitious approach towards certain things. You are a teacher, you are a lecturer, you are a mentor. Your ambitious desire to mentor certain class of excellent people will cause you to look down on people who have wealth of potentials within them. And so ambition, if it is not guarded, can be very, very dangerous. And the deceptive thing about ambition is that it comes with a genuine intent, a genuine desire, an appetite for something. However, when we fail to map these ambitions, we misplace it, because ambition not unmapped can lead to misalignment, and misalignments can lead to decisions that cost a lot of people. You should be able to ask yourself some questions. What is the root of this desire? What road is it leading me to? What fruit is it producing in me? Maybe you're somebody, you're not under mentorship, you do not have somebody very close to you. Maybe your parents do not have that backing for you where you can speak to your parents, your dad, or any close friend about what you're feeling, what you want to do. And you still need to take the right path. These are some of the questions you can ask yourself. And I will subscribe to you the guidance of the Spirit of God. Sometimes it is really difficult to hear when what we want to do is louder than what we want to achieve or the path we want to take. We've already decided in our hearts, and it is very difficult to discern where this is leading us to. These are some of the questions you can ask yourself in order to map the root of your ambition. Like I said, it comes with a genuine intention. However, our ambitious approach towards it can really, really cost us. Ask yourself these 3 questions. What is the root of my ambition or the desire in me? Because Bible makes us understand that the conception of sin is a desire, and the gestation of a desire is death. If you are not able to map this desire in your heart, to find the root of it, where it is leading to, the enemy will buy your ambition and lead you to distraction. Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. I hope you really learned a lot, and I pray that we will be helped to map our ambition so that ambition will metastasize into purpose other than ruining us. See you next time.